Jay from Team DMA. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. So we're going to be discussing the profile, which was shown on the episode of the anime, the last episode, I believe. The one, I think it was like season 3, episode 3. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on the episode, but it's the last episode of the anime show where Jay goes into the simulator, and at the very end it shows you the profile. So this is the profile that I did on the polls. We're going to be moving to the polls and looking at it real quick. So here we are. This is under the community of the channel, Beautiful 9211, and you can read on there. It tells you the structure deck, and we were aware that it's gonna be OCG, right? Which the back is the Asian, so it doesn't qualify. The issue with the structure deck is everyone was citing the $10 to $12, but almost everyone, I don't know anybody who said differently, because I figured how can it be that cheap, But the deck ends up being $20 to $25 is what people are buying it. From what the YouTubers are claiming, everyone's paying 30. So if you can find someone that is paying less, good luck. But over there in Malaysia, where people are getting it officially in their store and that's official, the product was made for them, they are getting it. Even them, they're saying that they're getting it for close to $20. So here for the US, you're looking at 25 to 30, and good luck, good luck. And they take a long time to get shipped because they're across seas, unless you find someone who has it here in the US. But here in the US, they're going to be sold for like 30, 35 probably. And the issue with that is the only cards that you need in reality are Soul Servant, Magician Souls, and Illusion of Chaos. Just those three cards. The reason for that is because each one is like $1, right? So that makes the deck become so much cheaper. And utilizing one, the deck can be like a $15 to $20 deck. But according to the structure deck itself, it's trash. A lot of people can argue, but it's trash bottom line, because there's millions of YouTubers. Anyone that can upload this duel and beat tier 1 decks, it's just not gonna happen. So I built the structure deck and everyone agreed. So the votes were 100%, and there was 14 votes. Underneath here, that we did another take on it. And there was votes, and this one was, I believe three people voted for no, they don't care. And then 20 people voted for yes. So I have to show the profile. So it's been past due for 3 weeks. So like I said, I haven't had time to upload this. I'm going to do it right now. It actually came out a day or two ago on the anime show. Let's move on to the profile and let me talk about it. So this profile is the structure deck, but in English, all of the cards. So we're going to add the price right now and see where we're at. The deck is already for sale on my shop. I put the link on the anime episode. So people who don't want like the whole deck, because they already have the spells and the traps, because a lot of people like to change their traps like to infinite impermanence, pull out a lot of the traps that I put in, or even the spells. They don't like the spells. I'm selling it individually. I'm selling the monster separately, and then the spell separately, and the traps. That way people don't have to buy the deck. And if you want to buy the deck, you can, but we're going to go over the price. And it's a Dragon Knight deck. This deck is broken. It can beat tier 1 decks. I have proof. You can beat decks that have like 4, even 5 negates per turn, which is even unheard of for like a $20 to $25 deck. No one's going to do that. And it's a Dragon Knight. It doesn't even have Dragoon. And I have the proof. You can see on my channel. It actually can be Unchained. I have proof. It can be Rescue Ace. It can be any deck that Dark Mission players can beat at a $20 to $25 level. No joke. The deck does have a lot of negations and interruptions. It's pretty nasty. Like first turn, even through some hand traps, it can establish somewhere around 2 to 3 negates and 4 to 5 interruptions in the same turn. And it can max out at 10 throughout the duel. The only issue is that because it's in reality, if we were to get the structure deck for the US official, the deck would be somewhere around $12 to $15, which is like super cheap. It's a structure deck. But because it's not official, we can't use those cards unless you're planning on playing with your friends. So I had to put English versions, and that spikes up the price of the deck. Mainly the Magician Souls, everything else is pretty cheap. So it is a Dragon Knight deck, like I said, and you can add Dragoon and you can add a lot of stuff to it. We're gonna take a look at the profile now. So here we are. Here's the profile. So this is I wouldn't want to say identical, but it's like 95 to 98% the same as the deck sold. So somebody might ask, like, why isn't it the same deck? Because some of the cards are English and people are forgetting that. If we include like the Magician Souls, it's $20. So that's already one card is over the budget, right? So the only way to play it is if I can put like an Asian card, which are like $1 card, I can put it in there. Or the other option is if I buy the structure deck and use that one. But then the problem with that is I have to pay $30 for that just for one card, so it's not worth it. We're gonna wait until those cards start circulating. But if anybody wants to purchase it, I already have it online for sale. Let's talk about the profile real quick. So you have two Dark Magicians, one United Dragon, one Banker Tops, and then the Bestial, both Dressworm and the other one Magnema. So these cards are actually, you substitute the Baldrakes in there because it's supposed to be, you're trying to hit the mark of 20, 15 to $20, obviously including some of these cards because they're English. You know, unfortunately, you can't use the illegal ones if you're planning on playing on a tournament or planning to play officially. The cards, some of these cards are $1 and some of the cards are $2. It's still cheap. You're not gonna be able to beat it. Nobody in the world can beat this cheap deck with the power with proof, because I have the proof. I have a lot of videos already on display for you guys to see, and I have about 15 to about maybe 30 other videos of top tier 1, and this deck is like crushing them like nothing. Is crazy. But yeah, you want to put the Baldrake in there because that lowers the price. And then the Magician's Apprentice have seen spike. They were $1.20 and they're currently somewhere around $2 per card. And then you have the Dark Magician Girl, 3 Rod. Then you have the Spellbook, Magician Souls. And then we had one Illusion of Chaos. But as I started playing against a lot of Unchained, a lot of Purelli, a lot of Rescue Ace, Labyrinth, a lot of the decks the Dark Magician players can beat even with the top tier deck. When I started running across a lot of those decks, some of them even having up to like 10 negates per turn, I noticed that you need that second copy of the Illusion of Chaos. I'm going to explain why. Because essentially here what's really going on, like hidden behind the curtains, is the 2 Illusion of Chaos are substituting for the Magician Souls. I'm going to explain why. You might want to get into your Dark Magician Girl, or just about anything that says Dark Magician from your deck, but the Magician Souls can't get everything. And since it's expensive, you only want to have it at 1 and utilize it properly. And your opponent, if they have like a Bestial deck or something or anything, make sure that removes from the graveyard. And a lot of decks do right now. SP Little Knights running everywhere, so everything's going to get banished. A lot of people love to rig their videos and they don't show the truth. But when you see my videos, even if I had 5 Dark Magicians in the graveyard, they remove them all. They can remove them from the field. They're starting to remove them from the graveyard and the field. And it's just like, you're not gonna get away with it. Like, believe me, I know, because I post my duels and I see how crazy they are. And then I see other channels and they're faking it. I can see right away that they're rigged because all their cards are playing through. They never banish their cards, stuff like that. And when I upload the duels, I send the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl to the graveyard at the same time. Both are banished immediately. And then I'll special summon another Dark Magician somehow to the field and they'll banish that one too. And I uploaded, those videos are for you guys to see, but then I'll chain with another card to save the Dark Magician. So I know a lot of channels, they're rigged, they're fake Dark Magician players because they're not showing you what's really going on. And for that reason, you need the illusion because it's no longer going to the graveyard, it's going to your hand. So when it goes to your hand, you can trigger it, bring it out. If they pop it, they'll try to remove it from the field or the graveyard. You can chain Eternal, save it either from the graveyard or the field before it gets banished. And then, so it comes in clutch. And then also that one can search for the Magician Souls. And it can search for anything else also. Anything that's in here, it can search it. Probably just not the Spellbook, but you have other cards to search that. And the Baker Tops and Bestial, you don't even need to search those. It doesn't matter, but everything is, it can search it. So this is a good combination. After that, you have the Dark Magic Attack, Spellbook and Knowledge. You have the Feather. And a lot of people are not putting Feather and they're playing the price. I'm going to a lot of famous YouTubers channels and they're not winning a lot of duels. Even when I go see like a lot of like regular people duels or live duels, even in our group, I see a lot of duelists like all over the scale, left and right, up and down. Everyone's losing because they don't have any back row destruction. And right now it's starting to move that way to where the back row's heavy. So you have to deal with like 5-6 negates in the front, 4-5-6 interruptions in the back. So that feather comes in clutch. If you don't need it, you just discard it some way or another. Use it somehow to draw. This deck does a lot of that. Then you have the knowledge, you have the goblin, and then you're playing two adopter goblin, and then you have the two preps. If in the deck, the deck that's being sold, it has 3 prep and 1 illusion because I'm trying to lower the price as much as I can because you still have to pay for the shipping. So I lower the illusion and chaos. You can add another one after that. If people don't want the expensive cards like the Soul Servant, Magician Souls, and the Illusion of Chaos, the deck is probably like $18 if you remove everything and just leave like the $1, the few cents. The deck is worth probably like $18, and I can sell that. It's up to you guys. But yeah, this is already profile been tested against anything you can think of, even the horse tournaments, all those tier 1, the broken decks that people can beat. I beat those with this deck already. So this deck is very, very powerful and strong, to be honest with you. You can see it on the videos. Even in the anime, I showed you guys a mirror. That Dark Mission deck was undefeated, and I have other duels with it showing you how powerful it is. But I just block every single card. It could do 4, even 5, and sometimes it can even do 6 negates. This deck without the Dragoon is wild. One Soul Servant, because one is all that you need. From what I've been noticing, people are starting to do 2 and seeing results. The full version has 3, but this one has 1. I never needed another one, to be honest with you. Some cards are at 3 anyways, and then you can search them through other ways, so it doesn't matter. Call by Twin Twister is coming in clutch against a lot of decks. Once I duel against tier 1, tier 0, that Twin Twister is really pushing through, coming through, helping me win the duels, discarding a card that is a brick, activating other cards, and then simultaneously popping the back row and then chaining to like special banish. A lot of interactions. This deck is wild. With the Super Poly, you should already know what that does. And then the Secrets of Dark Magic. And then you have my favorite card here, the Restage with the right hand. Broken. And then it becomes Omni Negate for the spells. The Super Poly, Lightning Vortex, Feather Duster, any spell that you can think of that's too broken, they don't resolve no more. You negate them. You Omni Negate them. I showed you guys the combo already. And then a superstar card here that makes the Dragonite become like a top tier monster is Piercing the Darkness. And I didn't notice how good it was in combination with the Dragonite. That card is not meant for anything else. It's meant for Dragonite. So the days of Dragonite being outed are over. Those days are over. This card gives you access to boosting the Dragonite. So it's never going to be leaving. No one's going to be able to attack through it. It's not going to be going anywhere. Guarantee you, take it from Jay. If you play a budget deck, or you even play like in Master Duel, and you want a broken Dark Mission deck, you're gonna want to combine your Dragonite with Piercing the Darkness. It's so broken. You can draw cards. It works with Dragonite. It's so awesome, and you have to read its text because the text explains this to you. It says normal, but it also says when you use material from a normal monster to fusion, so it qualifies. And then it triggers with the Circle Eternal. I love it. I really, really love it. That Dragonite feels like a Dragoon level. It's even stronger. I believe if you have Dragonite and Dragoon, the Dragonite will win because when it attacks, it'll boost. And they can't trigger the effect. Even if they do, you should have already a lot of other negations on the board to stop it. So Dragoon can't beat it. Dragoon can't beat this deck. It can't beat Dragonite. Those things are a thing of the past. It makes Dragonite really, really powerful. And Dragonite is the big boss monster in this deck, 100%, hands down. I've never said Dragoon is, but to be honest with you, in this profile, Dragonite is the boss monster by far. He's so broken. It works so awesome in this deck. 1 circle is all you need. Unless you're playing at locals, you might need 2 or 3. And then the Salvation works really good, putting bodies on the board to linking, synchroing, fusion, anything that you think you could do, you can do it. And at the same time, it's material for Magician Souls, and it does just so much. It really does. and then playing the floodgates of there can only be one, which murders all the tier 1 decks. If you ever see me duel against Purelli or Unchained or you name the decks, it really shuts down their deck, Flundries, everything. I'm the one who discovered it back in 2019. Which is what 4 or 5 years ago, and I warned you guys, and it just really hits a lot of decks. People are gonna say, yeah, but it doesn't hit branded and all that. Yeah, it does because it limits them to 3 monsters only. So you can out one, the other two are nothing, and you see me use it too. Unless you want to switch 1 and 1 for the Gozen or the Rivalry, and the other one it can only be one. But this right here is murdering everything. And then you're playing the 3 skill drain combined with this. If you've seen the duels and you read the comments, people are like telling me go F yourself, go die. That people are so angry because they have these undefeated decks, tier 1, like crazy decks that you see, and I just turn them into trash. You name it, Unchained, Purelli, Labyrinth, it doesn't matter what deck it is. There's nothing they can do. They're just wasting my time with the little budget deck. It's so funny. If you guys hate those cards, like I said, the traps, you can replace them for either evenly matched, or you can replace them for infinite impermanence, or you could just take them out and go full power spells. It doesn't matter. One Eternal Soul, and then one Dark Bribe, because since you don't have Dragoon, you need access to Omni Negate because there's no Dragoon. Because a lot of times you can't Omni Negate unless you have Dragoon on the field. But this deck gives you access to Omni Negate through various different ways. And we're going to be taking a look at that right now. Here at the bottom, I put out Dragoon, but he was there to making it the 15th monster on the extra deck. But you have Dragoon, but I pulled them out. And then you have Dragonite, which he's the boss monster. And it's just so awesome. And the Dark Magicians, if you don't want to play him, you don't have to, but he works well in this deck. He feels kind of broken. I've showed you guys the combo with the right hand and Magicians. The Dark Magicians is pretty sick. If you can play the Village on here, even better, because you have the Village, the right hand, and the Dark Magicians. It'll negate the first spell, then you can banish the spellcaster or destroy it somehow. There's a lot of cards that can do it. And then they won't resolve any more spells, even if they bring a spellcaster, because you can negate it and then banish it through different various ways of this type of a deck. And then also with that, you have the Starving Venom, and then you have the Garura, and then you have Naruto for the Omni Negate of a spell and a trap. So sometimes it happens that I have the Village together with the right hand, and then I have Naruto, and then I'll have like a Circle Eternal or the Dragonite. They can't blow up the field, and you have 3-4 Omni Negates for spell and traps. They can't resolve any cards, and the cards that are in the field, they're nothing. They can't go through the Dragoon and the Darkness, and since they can't destroy them, they're really just wasting your time. When people figure it out, they just surrender, not before cursing me out. But yeah, this deck is so cool with the two apprentice, discarding cards and getting Dark Mission to your hand. Also substituting for the Magician Souls, and then also giving you access to the Naruto really quick early on in the duel from first turn. And then here we have what's his name? We have Scarecrow, the Tryhard, and then Celine Queen. Most of these cards already went to like a $1 to $2, so you can get them now. These cards used to be $15 to even $40, $50, like the Celine, and now they're like $1 to $2 per card. I have them for sale on my shop. If you need any, let me know. We have the Nightmare Phoenix, just in case. And then the Azalea. I just got my Azalea. I got my Azalea for like $2. I told you guys, it was so awesome. Somebody had it. I guess the guy didn't know what it was worth, and he sold it to me. I thought he was kidding. I just gave him $2-3. I gave him an extra few dollars, and he sold me the Azalea like in real life. I have the card. So cool. I was worried because I missed my opportunity of getting it when it was like $8-9, and I started seeing $15 to $18. But I'm so happy with my Azalea now because I have one and my deck is complete. It's so awesome. But the Azalea, it should be getting a reprint. Azalea is a must. If you don't have Azalea in your Dark Magician, that could be one of the reasons why you lose a lot of your duels, because you can do the triple pop with the special two monsters. One of them Dressworm. You link. Then when you link, you create the Azalea, and then it can pop attack. and then that pops again, the triple pop, and you can do a four. You can do a four pop because after that, you can fusion. Find a way to fusion because you have various dragons. You can fusion to Dragoon at the end, and then you can do a fourth pop. So the quad pop is so sick. People have no clue. I've been beating tier one with that style, like Pirelli, Unchained, what's it, Labyrinth, Rescuers, you name it, all the broken decks. They have no clue what's going on when that comes out. It's just four pops in one turn is too much. And then it ends after all that combo. The board ends with like three negates, four interruptions. So it's like they just deal with four pops and then they have to deal with that. So people are not able to win. And this is just a budget deck. That's what's interesting. Showcasing such a powerful deck, showing you that the community that hates Dark Magician says it sucks. It's because they suck. They don't know how to play Dark Magician. The deck, at very cheap cost, can be extremely powerful. You just gotta know how to play it. Crawly, you should know that with the Rod being negated and Sorcerer Magician Souls being negated, and then you link into the Crawly, and then you draw more cards. So it didn't really stop you with the draw. You just draw more because the deck is set up to draw, draw, draw. And then here you have Whelp, the Swordsman. So you can either substitute that one for Inmuk, but I do that because I generally end up with 2-3 monsters on the field because of how fast it is, and I just need to send them to the graveyard to chain with the Eternal Circle Raw Dark Magician combo. So because I used to just have the, what's it called? The Inmuk, but sometimes you can't link the rest of the monsters and you need to dump monsters to the graveyard to keep chaining, especially when you have Dragon Knight with the Trinity activated already with the Circle Eternal. Yeah, so that's why I put it in. It works there so perfectly. And then the Link Spider, and then the Moon Maiden, and then the Anima, and that's pretty much it for this profile. If you like it, leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to buy the deck, it's already for sale. The extra deck is not included because, I mean, come on, guys. The deck is already cheap as it is. So before the video ends, the whole complete deck without the Soul Servant, Magician Souls, and the two Illusion of Chaos, the deck it's like $18. If you guys want to buy it, let me know and I'll have it for sale. If you guys just want to buy the monsters, let me know because you might already have this deck, some cards, but it's my version of the structure deck showing you how broken the AC 130 is. This is the AC 130 at the $10 to $20 level. And it's just super broken. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And like I said, if you guys want to buy the deck, it's already for sale. If you don't want to buy the deck, you just want to buy the monsters, or you want to buy some of the extra deck monsters to complete your version, or some of these spells, or some of these traps. Basically, I have all these cards. And then what I did for you guys, a favor, I went down to the locals and I picked up the OGR of the common because I noticed like when I make decks and I put like the tablet art or the LOBR, people don't like it. But as soon as I put the OGR, the art that you see right here, because the deck is identical to what you see here, what your eye sees, the same deck, same artwork of everything, they sell. And people always tell me, you have the OGR, and people always, do you have the OGR? I do. I have a bunch of OGRs right now. I ordered them. I didn't want to do the speed deal because to me, I might have OCD or something, but they look ugly because they say speed deal. I don't like them on my TCG. So I just got the regular ones. I have first edition and then the unlimited if anybody wants them, but they're going to be sold in the deck. So before I end the video, like I said, I separated the monsters, I separated the spells and the traps. The monsters by themselves, I think with the illusion taken out and the Magician's Souls, they should just be like $12, which is really nothing. It could be less. It could be less, to be honest with you, because the Baldrecs, they're like $1 for the playset. The only ones here that are expensive are the Apprentice Illusion. You're not going to be seeing the Magician's Souls or the Illusion of Chaos. It should be maybe like $10, $11, which is nothing. And then you can add your own spells that you want into the deck and then complete this deck and then go play. It's super competitive. I wouldn't say it's tier 1 because it's like the deck I was shooting for $10 deck. So think about that. Grasp that with your mind. $10 Dark Magician, No Dragoon, Dragon Knight, broken deck, murdering, obliterating first place top tier decks. Like unbelievable. You guys have no clue. If you think I'm BSing or you think this profile is bullshit or something like that, Make the, excuse my language, make the profile, make the deck, you test it and you see for yourself. Your opponent will be cursing you out. They're going to be angry. You're going to be winning a lot of duels with this deck. It does have a combo play. And if anybody has any questions on that, let me know and I'll show you the combos. The deck can do the triple pop with the Dragoon. It can do the 4 pop per turn. And you can do it again. It's not just once. You can simultaneously do it again and again. There's a way to do it. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Here is my version of the structure deck, Dragon Knight. Broken, powerful deck, and to be honest with you, it's so fun. I'm having so much fun playing this deck that I like it way better than the AC-130 with the Dragoon. Because Dragoon, no, you never play Dragoon anymore. You just play all that you see here, and it's so broken. I've gone against Dragoon and Merc them, like it's so hilarious. So if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. The video's come for long enough, and with that having been said, you guys, Dark Magic Attack.